Autonomous flight technology demonstrator. Another important topic that we are going to take today is DRDO flight tests new autonomous flying wing technology demonstrator. So many times it is in news. What is technology demonstrator? Technology demonstrator is a scaled down version. Okay? It is not the final product. Okay? It is used by the companies or like DRDO or other companies to see if their technology is working or not. Okay? If their technology is working in the real time or not. Okay? Not only in lab conditions but in the real time. That is called a technology demonstrator. One good example of a technology demonstrator is the helicopter Ingenuity that was sent on Perseverance rover. Okay? NASA recently last year sent the Perseverance rover to Mars, and with that rover there was a small helicopter as well. Okay? It was a technology demonstrator. It was a technology demonstrator because there is no atmosphere on Mars. Okay? So flying there becomes a difficult job because one needs to have atmosphere or wind to push down to fly up. Okay? To generate thrust. So flying there becomes a difficult task. To test if if a device can be like a drone type device can be flown on Mars or not, NASA sent Ingenuity helicopter that was a technology demonstrator. Okay. So similarly, DRDO has now flight tested its autonomous flying wing technology demonstrator. We'll look at it. This is the real picture of that what the DRDO has tested. Okay. So the design of this, it is an autonomous we can call it a drone kind of thing because it will be now it is a technology demonstrator, but it will be used uh, if it gets developed, it will be used in reconnaissance and all these for all these purposes. Now you can see it looks very it looks great, right? So this DRDO has flight tested. Okay. The design of that specific technology demonstrator that we saw is mostly inspired by the B-12, B-21 stealth bomber developed by USA. Now this model, this is from USA, right? This DRDO has tested. This is from USA. It is a stealth bomber. Stealth means stealth. Whenever we talk about stealth means such technologies which help us hide ourselves on the radar. Okay, which help us hide ourselves on the radar. Now this is actually the B-21 stealth bomber. It's a bomber. Bomber means those which were there are two kind of jets. One is fighter jet. Fighter jet is used for engaging other fighter jets and of course bombing. But bombers are specifically used for bombing, right? They do not engage. Their primary purpose is not to engage other fighter jets in dogfights. That is why the usual altitude at which they fly, that is also very high as compared to the jet fighters. Okay. Moreover, this design is of 90s, but United States government does not sell this to any other country except for some NATO allies. Okay. And more importantly, this is like the height of the stealth technology development. This design is it is based on the eagle's wingspan and the eagle's design. Okay, how eagles fly, and it also has a very low electromagnetic footprint or radar footprint. It is almost untraceable, undetectable on the radar. That is why it is called stealth bomber. Stealth means it has the ability to hide itself on the radar. Okay. Most of the credit goes to its design, the wingspan design and all these things, and the kind of material that has been used. Okay. The technology, let's talk about the technology that the DRDO is using, right? Stealth technology, which includes its wing design, as we talked about. The wing design is one of the very important topics that people in the drone design or such kind of reconnaissance drone design, ठीक है, और spy drone design, they focus a lot on what design of the wings, ठीक है, because wings का जो design है, that is one of the major issues, because that the we should design it in such a way that the radio waves that hit us do not reflect back, or they do not hit us at all, ठीक है. So includes wing design which reduces the radio footprint and hence radar detection. That means the technology demonstrator that we have been talking about, it is designed in such a way that it has the stealth property, that it has the ability to hide itself on radar. Okay. Okay. It is based on a small turbofan engine. Turbofan, as you can see, turbofan, this one is turbofan. Turbofan is technology is very simple. Just there's this one is a turbine, you can say. It rotates and it pushes the cool or the normal air inside. It compresses it and then it forces it outside at very high speeds. ठीक है? It forces it outside at very high speeds, which produces thrust to move it forward. ठीक है? So it is based, the engine for that technology demonstrator. तो someone might think कि drone है, तो some kind of drone है, तो it might have an electric battery based engine or motor. No, it is not like that. It is having this turbofan engine. Despite the fact that it is not very big, it is not very large, it still has a basically turbofan jet engine. Okay. All the technology including avionics, electronics, control system was designed and developed at Aeronautical Development Agency, Bangalore. ठीक है, ADE, Aeronautical Development Agency is in Bangalore. ठीक है, and the engine is Russian TRD-50M, originally designed for cruise missiles. ठीक है, तो of course this engine is not as big to fit in a cruise missile, but it is a scaled down version. ठीक है, because it is of course a technology demonstrator, it is not the real model. ठीक है, it is a prototype. Now let's look at some of the DRDO's UAV. Basically, what is UAV? UAV is unmanned aircraft vehicle. ठीक है, unmanned aircraft vehicle. That means such aircrafts which do not include a pilot on board. ठीक है, तो most of the whenever you are talking about UAV, we talk about drones. ठीक है, so drones are unmanned aircraft vehicles. Okay. So let's talk about some unmanned aircraft systems of DRDO, because in the last 4 to 5 years they have generated a lot of buzz. ठीक है, तो currently Indian Defense Forces use Heron on lease from Israel. So this is one of the drones that Indian Defense Services use. All three of them, Air Force, Navy and Army, all three of them use this Heron drone that they have taken on lease from Israel. ठीक है, let's look at the specifications. It is capable of medium altitude long endurance. ठीक है, so this is called MALE, MALE, medium altitude long endurance. Long endurance means we do not want much height, but we want that this UAV stays in air for a long period of time. ठीक है, so it can stay up to 52 hours at 52 hours in one flight. ठीक है, if it takes off once, it can stay for 52 hours in air and up to an altitude of 10.5 kilometers. Okay, it is completely autonomous in case the pre-programmed flight. That means its flight course, the course of its flight can be pre-programmed. ठीक है, and in that case it will be completely autonomous. It will take off automatically, it will perform the task automatically, it will land automatically, but it can be also manually overdriven. ठीक है, or some person from the ground can take its control as well. Okay, has thermographic IR cameras. These are IR cameras, as you can see at the belly of the drone. You can see the yellow colored. This is the thermographic infrared cameras. Okay, visible light airborne ground surveillance system. Basically these cameras are visible light cameras, okay? So that cameras are also present, and other radar equipment, okay? It has a 200 horsepower diesel engine. Like the technology demonstrator that DRDO is using right now, it has a turbofan. Take a turbofan is a jet engine, and this is powered by a diesel engine, okay? So this is Heron. Heron is taken from Israel. The second one is Rustam and Rustam 2. Rustam was actually developed on the lines of National Aeronautical Laboratories (NAL), LCRA, Light Canard Research Aircraft. ठीक है? तो later Rustam 1 UAV and Rustam H MALE, again MALE means medium altitude, long endurance. Okay. Development started. Maximum speed is 150 km per hour. Cruise speed means at what speed it usually flies, is around 125 to 175. Ferry range is 1000 kilometers. 1000, it can go for 1000 kilometers, ठीक है? And endurance is 12 to 15 hours. For Heron, the endurance was around 10 hours, ठीक है? And other solar powered variants will be having more than 24 to 36 hours endurance, okay? Service ceiling is 7900 meters. In that case, it had 10.5 kilometers, okay? And range is 250 kilometer line of sight. It can perform a reconnaissance up to 250 kilometers in visual sight of range, okay? Or it was developed by Aeronautical Development Agency under DRDO, that is located in Bangalore. And first flight took place in 2009. And this flight actually is, this drone is Tapas BH201. Its flight took place in 2016 November. Okay, there are three main kind of what Rustam category of drones that India has developed. These are Rustam 1 UAV, Rustam H MALE, and Tapas BH201. Okay, okay, and at the last, Nishant. It is catapult launched. This has also been developed by DRDO, but Nishant was a complete failure because Indian Army rejected it. It was developed basically for Indian Army, okay? And Indian Army only purchased 4 of them and then rejected it completely. And those 4 of them, all of them collapsed during the recovery phase or landing phase, since they do not have some landing gear, okay? As you can see, this drone has 3 tires, okay? These are landing gears, but this does not have a landing gear mechanism. Rather, it shoots a parachute whenever it is landing, and it deploys a cushion below it whenever it is landing. That makes it prone to destruction while landing. And the 4 drones that Indian Army had taken from DRDO, all 4 of them crashed. Okay. Developed for Army bought 4, but it was never like, it did not perform very well. So these are Nishant, Rustam, Rustam 2, and Heron. These are the 4 major drones that Indian Army is using right now. And now DRDO is performing research on this very advanced drone that we can say. As you can say, it has a very advanced landing and takeoff mechanism in form of these landing gear, okay? And the wingspan, its radar functionality, its stealth ability is very high. And moreover, because it is fired by jet power, the speed can be high, endurance can be high, okay? Let's see what it produces for us.